she got in the palace. And then, now it comes to this place. She was chosen queen. Now it comes to this place where she hears that her husband, the king, is getting ready to kill her people. And Mordecai says, could it be? Because Queen Esther said, I'm not going before the king. You gotta be called to go before the king. If you're not called to go before the king, he'll kill you. And Mordecai says, to sum it up, if you don't go before him, somebody else is going to deliver the Jews, because Mordecai already knew God was going to send people to deliver the Jews. So if you don't go before him right now, you're going to die anyway. Amen. So this is the place that we have to come to understand, that there was a Vashti before you. Somebody was dating your husband, who is now your husband. He was dating somebody else. And God said, Queen Vashti, you don't make the cut, because I know what's coming down the line. And so Vashti got fired from a job, got put out from somewhere so that you could be in place for such a time as this. And so somebody was dating Reverend Vince before he became Reverend Vince, and he was just Vince. And God said, she's not going to know how to make the appeal, because I see what Vince is going to do 20 years from now. And I need joy to do that. So the Vashti had to get out the way. And that's where you are today. God has you married to your spouse at your job. He has you the mother of your children for what? Such a time as this. Because this is the thing. With all that's happening in the world, if we are supposed to be the lights of the world, are our homes seeing the light?
All right. Light it up.
Are they seeing it? If the Bible says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord for such a time as this, does your husband feel like
all right,
the favor of the Lord is on him because you are in his life? Does he feel that way? And so here, let's talk about how we lead, because we all have different ways that we lead. And there is something in us. So those who were raised by this temperament are saying, they never cared about me, because this temperament seeks the fun and not the pain. So when the child is dealing with pain, they want to move quickly from the pain and say, so they might tell a joke when the child is saying, you know, such and such happened to me. They might tell a joke to move from the pain. So then children feel like the adults now who are raised by this temperament, that child feels like they had to become the parent of the home. Because the sanguine is so carefree that they never paid attention to who came in the house, what that person did in the house. So the child now feels like, I have to protect the home. Because they're too naive to see how this person is. Because they just welcome everybody in, because it's just one big party.
And that's
so
the child.
The child is seeing that.
Okay.
And so, and things that some of these adults have communicated, you know, things have happened to them in their childhood because mama or daddy they were sanguine, and they just didn't think to say, who are you and where are you from? So people have come in and have taken advantage. And so the child now says, I have to protect everything around me because they shouldn't have came in. Yes, ma'am.
The child is the sanguine.
The child who was raised by the saint.
Raised by the saint.
Raised
Okay.
by the saint.
Okay.
Now, Aunt Carrie is the only one who can answer that I have. Now that I understand all of this, when do I use it? This is how the most effective way that I have found. I use it by understanding, let's use me and Vince. Me and Vince are completely different. Not completely, because both of us are secondaries and college, which means we really could kill each other if we were not spirit controlled.
Right, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
If we weren't spirit controlled, okay? But he's the sanguine choleric, I'm the melancholy choleric, okay? So you will have a blend, okay? The way to identify your true self is to be what naturally, not the way that I have been taught, what naturally raises up in me when something happens, okay? If something happens, do I naturally just say, you know what, I'm gonna let them handle it? Or if something happens, do I get fiery and really want to go handle this? Because I get fiery, but I have to allow the spirit to control me and say, I gotta calm this down, okay? So you will have a blend. You'll have a primary and then you'll have a secondary, okay? So when do I use it? This is what I noticed. We all are different. You have to determine, do I see danger? Or is it just that they will do it a different way? Queen Esther had to see, if I don't speak up, my people are going to die. That's danger. If the king wants to have a feast and invite his friends, well, I'm the introvert. I'm going to go to the other room. That's just my way. His way is to have a whole bunch of people over. My way is I don't want nobody over at all. So you have to ask yourself, how to use power of influence. Ask yourself, do I see danger? Do I see danger? Or is it just that they're doing it differently? That's the question to ask yourself. Now, when you have to go speak to someone, the thing that you want to do is you want to give respect to the temperament. You want to give them, because it's amazing how you can learn something from Spider-Man. Uncle Ben told Spider-Man, along with great power comes great responsibility.
Amen.
Great responsibility. So you have to operate in a responsible way, which means that if I'm going to use the power to change something responsibly, I've got to understand all of this that's in my home. Because if not, I'm throwing my power around and I am upsetting my home, making them angry, and I'm not producing the right fruit that the community and the church will need in the future when they grow up. So they can't operate as kingdom adults when kingdom children are being torn apart. So I have to use my power responsibly. And what does that mean? We all want to be respected, but we got to stop losing it. Stop losing respect. Because the way that you lose respect is when you don't respect how the other person needs to be talked to. I want them to talk to me the way that I can understand. I want them to talk to me respectful the way that I get it. But they have to be talked to respectful too. So how do we show respect? First of all, let's show ourselves to be a trusted advisor. Trusted advisor. Meaning that I'm not a person who's just going to tell you what to do because I want it my way. You can trust that when I say something needs to be done, it's in the best interest of the family. It's in the best interest of our relationship, Vince. A trusted advisor. There was something so simple I did with Vince when we were married for about 3 or 4 years. I knew I could buy a pocketbook that was $10 all by myself on my own. My father raised me to be a beautiful young lady, but if I had to stand on my own, stand on my own. He raised me how to do that. So what I did was I went to the store. We didn't have cell phones or anything. I asked the person at the counter, can you hold on to this pocketbook? I'm gonna go home and talk to my husband. Went home, said, Vince, I seen this pocketbook. Can I get this pocketbook? Vince is like, you know you could get it. Why are you asking me? I just wanted to check in with you, baby. I said, I knew I could get the pocketbook. I was sowing the seed of me being a trusted advisor. The Bible says his heart safely trusts her. So he knew that if I made a move without him, oh, Joy must have really needed to do that move to protect our home. He knows that Joy's not out there just making moves because Joy knows she can make moves. I showed myself to be a trusted advisor. So with my families, with the sanguines, respect, you give it to them by letting them hang around you. You provide fun activities for them. Sanguines, in order to earn respect, discipline your fun side and give respect by validating people's concerns. Kids are growing up because you did not validate there was a concern. You told them everything be all right. Trust Jesus. And now Jesus is like, yeah, but it also says that when I healed the woman, I healed her because I showed compassion. So that's how you do that. Choleric respect. Give a choleric respect by honoring their leadership skills. Let them know you see that they could handle this. And that's when you say, but have you considered? Because I see that you can handle this. Have you considered doing it? And then they own it. Okay? But cholerics, you lose respect. Because then when you come around, it's like, oh gosh, she gonna tell us something else to do. Okay? My kid, Janae, speaks up. Janae will say to me, because I am in, go to the store, I'm in manager mode. And Janae will start talking, I'm like, you get this and this and this and I'll such and such and such and da da da. And Janae's like, Mom, can you come out of manager mode and talk with me? I'm your daughter. And I'll say, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I'll say, Janae, when you go to the grocery store, and then because she's like, Meg, sanguine, I said, when do you think you're going to go to the grocery store? Because she'll say to me, she jumps in and out, Mom, yeah, I go to the grocery store. So I said, Janae, when are you going to go to the grocery store? Oh, yeah, because me and Jazz getting our nails done today. I got to get my hair done. And then I got to do my studying. And then I got to, okay, so Janae, you probably can't go today. So then tomorrow, you're going to go. What do you have planned for tomorrow? Because she jumps in and out. Okay? So you have to give them respect. You will lose your respect by always telling people what to do. Okay? All right, so now those are our extroverts. Melancholics, you give them respect by giving them their space. They need space to think, they need space to process. They have, the reason why they don't like their things touched is because they've already mapped it out.
Yeah.
That when I go to reach for this book, the 5 love languages over here, spirit control, temperance right here. We already wrote these questions last week because I knew the order. And if you touch it, no, Jeanette, don't write this one first because on my outline, that's not first. This is first. I'll be confused. Okay? All right? So you give them respect by giving them space, not touching their things. Melancholics, you have to discipline yourself, your moves. You lose respect through your moves and always pointing out the problem. Because we see half empty, we always see the things that can get us to the other place. So you lose respect because then people think that you're just being negative every time they talk to you. Okay? So phlegmatics, respect. Don't view them that they're not competent. Even though they sit back and let other people do things, don't view them that they can't handle it. Because they can. You just have to ask them and bring them in to what you're doing, okay? Phlegmatics, give respect by not waiting for someone else to do it. Because then people start thinking, are you ever going to help out with something? Okay? So that's how you give respect. So now, we want to, that's the respectful way that we do it, right? What we want to do is, we said we want to show ourselves to be trusted advisors, right? That's how to use the power of influence, right? Do I see danger, or is it just something being done differently, right? If you notice, Queen Esther, let's turn to, right? So here, sanguines, take the time to care about something. Take your time to care. I know it's not fun, but care. Cholerics, slow down, because you will damage.
Right.
You'll do more harm trying to move fast than if you slow down. Melancholies, take a risk. I know it's not safe. And part of coming out your comfort zone is coming out of your pain, because your pain is comfortable.
All right. All right. All right.
Take a risk and come out of it. Phlegmatic, stop waiting for somebody to do something. Speak up. You save your people when you speak up. You save your households when you speak up. Let's pray.